Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Sean Pittman with 1,273 rating versus Newman 99 with 1,211 rating. So this is going to be another high rated DB video, and let's hop right in. And then we're going to see Sean Pittman win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 50 versus 40, opening hands. We have talents, boots, shade, torn scales, and cloaks. So, wow, going first is definitely good. You know, you even have talents. And then they have Droplet, Delta, Alpha, Prosperity, and Nova. So they do have droplets to like help beat the end board. Potentially out in Appaloosa if they set it up, a Dragoon, anything like that. You know, this deck can go for a few different things. But they're still going to have like their Fog Blade setups. Activate, that's going to get rid of Cloak to dump the Fog Blade. And then special summon out Boots from the hand. Get rid of those, go for Cherubini. And then Cherubini effect to go dump. And then I'll go dump Graph. And then activate the Graph effect to special summon out. And then that's going to bring out Seer. Activate Ancient Cloak. Banish. Go Search. And then Torn Scales effect in the graveyard to special summon itself out. Summon that out. And then they are going to link those off into a Rusty. Seer effect, the special summon back. That's going to bring out Cherubini. Then activate the Rusty effect. Set Fogblade by dumping Ragged Gloves. And then Fogblade, banish the special back out the Ragged Gloves. Overlay those, go for Break Sword. And then activate Rusty. Well, I guess like this effect activates too, like the Ragged Gloves, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead and pop the Break Sword, and then activate the Break Sword effect, special summon back out Torn Scales and Ragged Gloves, and then they're going to set, activate Shade, and then they can go ahead and make a rank 4, go for the Redoer, and they are on 50 cards, so you know we pretty much assume that they are on the Dragoon stuff. Activate, dump the bricks, and then they are going to summon out the Dragoon. And then Boots effect in the graveyard to go search, banish, and then go ahead and grab Fogblade. And then set Fogblade, pass turn. So they have Redoer, Dragoon, double Fogblade. Pretty good. Also, something really good about this deck is that it has like a decent amount of follow-up. Like they have Ragged Gloves, they have Rusty, they have Torn Scales, they have Fogblades. Also, if they activate Fogblade on something and it gets like linked away or destroyed, then they can go ahead and banish Fogblade to summon out Break Sword, so that could be a 5th interruption. And then they draw Alpha. Activate Redoer effect. Oh, come on, hit a spell. Don't hit a Drytron. Woo! That's insane. They actually didn't hit a Drytron. Yeah, they just know Torn Scales. Activate Prosperity, because they added it off the Ancient Cloak, and then Prosperity, banish 6. And they are going to let it go through. And then look at the top 6. They're going to grab Diviner there. They're not grabbing Droplets. I kind of feel like that tells the opponent that they might already have Droplet. Normal summon Diviner, effect, chain Fogblade. And then in response, they are going to activate Droplet. And then that will be getting rid of 3 to negate. And then that'll negate Rusty, Dragoon, Redoer there. They're going to chain Fogblade onto Anaconda. And then, okay, and then chain Redoer. Yeah, so now I don't know how I feel about that. Just because, like, now you're getting rid of your Fogblade interruption. Which, like, I get isn't, like, that great versus Drytron. I know, like, you're pretty much trading, like, Redoer coming back and a draw with, like, a Fogblade. But I feel like having an interruption is, like, pretty strong. The opponent does have to do 12,000 damage because, you know, they Prosperity, so it's half, too. They're going to dump Arc, and then activate the Arc effect. Well, let's see, does this pay off or not? They're going to go ahead and grab Ben 10. And then get rid of Ben 10 for Alpha. And then special summon that out. And also the draw off Redoer wasn't even that bad. Like, if the whole board gets wiped, then you can activate Imperm to try to, like, force something, or at least, like, trade 1-for-1. Go grab Idaten, and then Ben 10 effect to grab Orange Light. Said doing math. Activate Nova. That's, like, the last thing you want to hear from your opponent. Is like, hold up, let me do some math real quick. Pull out the calculator, they start, like, typing in the math, and it's like, oh, please be off, don't game me. Fafnir, go dump Zeta. And get rid of Alpha for Zeta. Summon, grab the Ritual spell. Sent a song, good song, not gonna lie. Bump into it hard. Low key though. Fair enough, they're just sharing music. So, okay, now I should focus on the game, to be honest. Alright, fair enough. I respect it. Ritual spell effect. Go ahead, add itself back. You can tell that they're like, you know, they're being friendly. At least somewhat friendly. Idaten, Tribute the Idaten for the Gamma. Summon those out. You can get this effect. A lot of people actually don't know this card has the effect, but it says, if this card is tributed, you can make all ritual monsters you control gain 1,000 attack and defense. Usually doesn't come up. But this also doesn't wear off at, like, the end phase. So if you set up, like, a Herald, and then you make it, you can just make it gain attack and defense permanently. Which is pretty solid. Definitely something you don't want to forget about. Then they're going to summon out the Assembled, activate Ritual Spell, detach, summon back out Idaten effect, add back Ritual Spell. Overlay for Beatrice. They have a lot of XYZs on field. Go battle phase, attack. Yeah, it's half. Like, this is halved, the damage is halved. I'm just gonna trust that they're doing the math correctly. I don't feel like doing the math. I'm gonna go ahead and poke. Also, maybe I think it would have been just better. Yeah, like, if they didn't forget the Idaten effect to make this gang attack, they could have gotten more damage too. Like, this has 25, and this would have had 28. So they could have had more damage. Pretty sure they could have also, like, Fafnir attack over Rusty, because, you know, it's halved. Beatrice, or Ben 10 attack over Dragoon, because this is half, so it was at 15. But if this card, let's say, if this card destroys a monster at battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original defense in the graveyard. So they could have also burned for 1250 off of that effect. So the Idaten effect actually did kind of come up. Effect, go dump the ultimateness. Weird that they did that in main phase 2 and not during the battle phase to try to play around Veiler potentially. Ritual spell, detach, summon back out the ultimateness. Or, not ritual spell, detach. Ritual spell, send the Fafnir. I'm just so used to saying detach off this. Go ahead and get rid of that for this. And link away Alpha for the Link Karibo. And then go Downward and Zeus. And then pass play. Draw called by. Okay. That's not bad. That is not bad. They're going to go dump Ava and then activate Ava effect. That will banish Chain Called By, Chain Ultimateness. Go ahead and force that. And then grabs Orange Light and Diviner. And then they will go... I mean, this was supposed to come back. Yeah, they just forgot. This was supposed to come back during the end phase. They just completely forgot about the redoer. Oh, that sucks for them. That would have, that could have potentially forced something. You know? Well, I guess it wouldn't really, like, the odds of hitting a trap with that is, like, really low. But they could have hit a spell, draw something, it's a monster on board. Banish the dump, and then Torn Scales effect, bring itself out. And then they're going to go ahead and link away for Unicorn. And then Unicorn effect, discard, target. They're going to chain to negate that and destroy it. And then Ancient Cloak, banish. And then go search out the boots. And then normal summon out Torn Scales, special summon out Boots. And then overlay those, go for Break Sword. Now they're going to activate this to go ahead and negate the summon. And this card says if this XYZ summon card is destroyed, not if it's destroyed, so it won't be able to get its effect there. And then talents to take, they are going to chain Zeus, and then they are going to chain Zeus again. You don't want to give your opponent a big Zeus that can do a lot. And then switch, battle phase, attack, Fog Blade. They actually can't bring out this Break Sword because this summon was negated, but they can bring out the other one. I guess it doesn't make like that big of a difference because one of them were coming out. And then main phase 2, Downward Zeus, pass that back to them, and then pass turn, draw Draconids. So, ooh, they just admit defeat. So they had gone through Idaten, Ben 10, Draconids, Ultimateness. So that's probably all the rituals that they play. So if they go ahead, like, because they drew Draconids over like any Drytron, they can't like alpha and then go search for a ritual. So yeah, little bit unfortunate. But they could have tried playing it out a little bit more. But going on to game 2 now, we are going to see Drytron go first. Opening hands, we have Cycle Reader, Tour Guide, Nib, Droplet. Okay, so 4 going second cards plus Tour Guide. Then they have Zeta, Emergency, Gamma, Emergency, Orange Light. So activate Emergency, go search out Alpha, and then they're going to be activating the Alpha effect, Tribute Gamma, summon out, and then search Ben 10. And then get rid of the Ben 10 for Zeta. So they did play this correctly, playing around Cycle Reader, like pretty much as they could in a scenario like this. I feel like you go ahead, you get rid of this, you know. If you tribute Zeta for Alpha, and then you go Zeta effect, tribute Ben 10, they're going to go ahead and Cycle Reader the Ben 10 and Zeta. I feel like that just hits harder. But they're going to chain the Cycle Reader to this, and then they're going to target both, obviously. Summon, go grab Ritual Spell, and then overlay, summon out the Fafnir to dump. And then Fafnir's going to dump the Draconids, Ritual Spell, attach, summon out. Ritual Spell effect, add itself back. And then pass turn. Okay. No, this obviously isn't very strong. Pass, draw Boots. This is honestly just game. Activate the effect, and then this is gonna bring out Sangan. Okay. Fair enough. Go for Anaconda. Sangan effect, go search the Cycle Reader. And then before they go ahead and try to summon Dragoon, they're going to activate Draconids, chain Droplet, and then go ahead and summon Dragoons. Burn for 2, burn for 4, that's 6, Dragoon for 9. And then that's game. Yep, they go ahead and admit defeat there. GG's. That was an interesting match. Not gonna lie. Also, they forgot the redoer too. They just never noticed it. But the match was only 31 minutes long, so honestly, not that long of a match. I mean, game 1 was, decently long, and then game 2 was extremely quick. It was Cycle Reader, Droplet, and then Dragoon game. And the opponent just couldn't do anything about it. So game 2 was extremely quick, but game 1 was pretty good. We saw Drytron go ahead and break the board. Droplet definitely helped out a lot with that. There actually wasn't really that much of a board to break. It was Diviner effect, and they chained Droplet, and then there was no interruptions left. So there wasn't really that much to break. But with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.